the questions like develop a smart contract using Solidity or Hyperledger Composer, and show step-by-step plan of integrating smart contract code with DApps. So these two questions were added so that we can discuss for next 2 more weeks. And at the same time, I have also added some more because in the last tutorial 7 only 3 cases are there, but I have added some more cases in this so that you will get more idea of how to work with the blockchain cases. So this already you have seen this case 1 and case 2 also we've seen, and case 3 is the auction related thing, and case 4 is a flight management system, and case 5 is related to the car selling and buying, and case 6 is related to the education institution which maintains the student records and many other details. So like that 6 cases were added. So the first question is, does implementation of blockchain benefit the above cases? Above cases means here the below cases. You can make note of this. What type of blockchain suggested? Identify the roles or stakeholders in these cases. So you can take one by one, case one by one, and answer these questions. Does implementation, you can take a register and write on your register that does implementation of blockchain benefit the above cases. So for this, what you are supposed to do is you have to go through the guidelines that I have provided. What is that guideline? The guideline that I have provided is like this. We have gone through the blockchain development lecture, in which I have provided you one flow chart. So the flow chart is like this. So you answer one by one whether can we rely on the trusted third party or not. If you cannot rely on the trusted third party, what is the reason you cannot rely on that? Is data to be stored or database needed? Obviously, we require database for the related cases. You go through this case whether you require database or not, because you require database because you need to store the service taken by the customers and the amount paid. All the details are available. Like especially when the money is involved, you are supposed to make a record of that. Hence, you require a database. Next one is are multiple writers exist? Obviously, this you think of whether who are the writers in this particular blockchain, and that means this particular company has placed their outlets are open, that is what you call their offices nearby metro stations. So obviously every office will be maintained by one person. Some manager will be there in those offices who has to take care of the e-scooters. That he has to take the stock of e-scooters, how many e-scooters was sent, given to the customers, how many returned back, this, and is there any repairs are there. All these things has to be taken care by some supervisor there, or maybe the manager who go for checking in that particular office. So that is the reason obviously multiple writers is required. So next is writers are unknown, untrusted, and have conflict of interest. You don't know if the writer is the customer. You cannot trust every customer because the customers and their mentality will be different. At the same time, can you trust the managers? Means okay, they are the employees of the company, but they can also not be trusted sometimes. So writers are unknown. Obviously, one customer don't know the manager of a particular office. The reason is if he is unless until he is a regular traveler, he may not be knowing that person, but he's a random traveler or just for the first time or second time he has taken, but then the manager don't have any. He may not be knowing the manager, so hence writers are unknown, untrusted, and have conflict of interest. So obviously there will be some conflict of interest and unknown. So that is the reason in all these four things have been satisfied for this case. The first case, that is e-bike or e-ride case. So that is the reason. So this particular case require can be implemented over the blockchain. So this is the confirmation we have made. Then we require access control. Do you require access control? Obviously, you require access control, and also whether the transaction to be public. Yes, the transaction should be public, because uh, public means it actually the transactions, all transactions cannot be viewed by everyone. Only the individual customer can see his transactions. So here it is no. And immutability versus efficiency. Here we require that efficiency of the blockchain. The reason is many customers are there, because over a period of whenever a metro comes, obviously many customers will come. So if you limit the transactions, automatically it will be a problem for us. So that is the reason we require efficiency. So so that is the reason in this no is there. So we cannot use public blockchain. So we can go to the other blockchains like private and consortium blockchain. Is multi-party consensus required? Do the multi-party consensus required? Here the main parties in the e-ride is a group of fresh graduates plan to start up with the name e-ride. So here the e-ride office, that is e-ride office, and the customer. These are the only two parties available. But whether the e-ride is perfectly paying the taxes like GST or not. So how to verify it? Actually, who will verify this GST? Obviously, GST Council or GST auditors at the tax department has to verify this. That means it should be linked to the government also. Whenever government wants, they can enter into they can access the blockchain of e-ride, and can be in a position to verify whether they are paying the taxes correctly or not. So for this tax department require the government tax department require to be in a position to verify whether the e-ride is correctly paying the taxes or not. At the same time, customer should be in a position to check whether from my payment whether the GST has been deducted or not, and what is its GSTN number. Okay, that GST number may be a public key of the tax, which was given by the tax department. Maybe any other thing like that we can correlate it. So that is the reason here, other than the e-ride and the customer, we have one more entity came into the picture called tax department of the government. So obviously here multi-party consensus is required. So multi-party consensus is required. That is the reason we have to go for the consortium blockchain. So consortium blockchain is a kind of mixture of public and private blockchain. So you require to implement consortium blockchain for this case. The case is like this. The first case is a group of fresh graduates plan to start a startup with the name e-ride. The objective of the firm is to provide electric scooters for rent in metro cities. Initially, they plan to start the services in the cities with metro rail facility. The initial idea is to establish offices near each metro station Customers can pick up scooters from any metro station and can leave at any metro station. Customers need to ride the scooters by themselves. E-Ride firm started both web and mobile-based applications to avail services by customers. To avail services, first customer need to register in an app by providing valid identity. An account opening fee of rupees 1000 and minimum deposit fee of rupees 1000 need to be provided. Always customer need to maintain rupees 1000 as the minimum deposit fee in the account to avail services. Upon opening the account, an account number will be issued with an e-card. The customer can search for availability of scooters via the app. The issued registered the registered customers will get 10% discount on each ride that is made above 10 kilometers. Once the scooter is deposited in any metro office, an e-bill will be generated and the related amount will be deducted from the minimum deposit fee, and GST of each bill is automatically credited to the government account. So here the parties are e-ride, office, customer and government. These are the three parties involved. So it is a multi-party consensus based blockchain. Hence, we are supposed to use the consortium blockchain here. See, like this, you try to figure out or answer the questions. Like, does implementation of blockchain benefit the above cases? Obviously, this case one will be benefited with the blockchain because no need to rely on any trusted third party. Since here it is consortium blockchain, you can the government is also involved in that, and they can also verify whether they are paying taxes correctly or not. Here, what type of blockchain is suggested? The consortium blockchain is suggested because we require multi-party consensus. Because government want to, or tax department of the government want to check whether they are paying taxes correctly or not. At the same time, customer want to check whether he got the discount and the amount he paid was from which the tax has been deducted correctly or not. All these details he want to see. So the blockchain suggested is the consortium blockchain. Identify the roles, stakeholders in these cases. So the roles are like e-ride is one role, the customer is one role, and the government is one role. In the e-ride, the office manager is the main role. So office manager, the offices will be available at every metro station. So the e-ride office manager is one role, customer is another role, and the government is another role. So three roles are there. Define the responsibilities of each role. So this is based upon your understanding of the subject or understanding of the case. You can define the first try to address the functional requirements given in the case. Then you may extend the functional requirements based upon your imagination and the rationalization of including that requirement. Is there any possibility of using smart contracts in these cases? If so, list them with proper logic. That means in the given case, is there any conditions are available? So here some conditions are there, like if the customer travels or made the journey above 10 kilometers, whatever the bill he make, on the 10% discount will be there, right? Like that, the minimum amount should be maintained is 1000. So here some conditions are there. So whenever the conditions are there for running these transactions, so obviously wherever conditions are there, you can mention the smart contracts or you can implement the smart contracts. So obviously, is there any possibility of using smart contract in the case one? Obviously, there is a possibility of using the smart contract because of these conditions. Whenever you define the functional requirements in the step 4, automatically you will come across what are the smart contracts that can be implemented. So thereby you may not fix to the conditions which are already in the given case, but because of the functional requirements that you write, or you may incorporate in this because of the brainstorming or maybe with some discussion or something, then you can also write more number of smart contracts. If so, list them with proper logic. So why you require this smart contract to be implemented? In which situation you are supposed to execute this smart contract? This kind of logic you are supposed to list there. List functional requirements of these cases. Whenever you write the responsibilities, here itself you are supposed to write the functional requirements. Obviously, this question has to come in place of 5. You have to get this question. Then you have to get the question 6. So you make it like this. First you list the functional requirements, then you go for checking of the possibility of smart contracts. In your opinion, what are the security and audit procedures that need to be incorporated in these cases? Here it's just like a testing cases, testing procedures and security procedures. Security procedures is nothing but, for example, the privacy of the customer, or the customer information, or uh, the route traveled by the customers. Okay, these kind of things are usually require some security, and other things like the payment gateways and payment requirements. Okay, and how the customer pays the amount. All these things, either he may pay the amount via the UPI or maybe with card, or may recharge first. So there are so many things, so many possible ways. Now all these cases, how you will measure the security, and the auditing procedures, like whether the customer is exactly paying the or maintaining sufficient balance or not, and whether the e-ride is correctly paying the taxes to the government or not, and whether the customer has provided the vehicle in the correct condition or not. There are many things are there which you can incorporate for the auditing procedures. But as financially, if you look at it, the two main things are like tax payment and the sufficient balance conditions, and especially the payment conditions. Now, after discussing all these things, anyhow, you have identified the smart contracts in these cases. So these smart contracts need to be implemented with the help of Solidity programming language or the Go language in the Hyperledger. So any one of the language you use and try to develop the Solidity code. After this, we will discuss the decentralized applications where this Solidity code will be used to include with the web applications. That is the step 9. So the main steps are from the second step, that is step 2. Anyhow, we all know that by default all these below cases require blockchain, can be implemented using blockchain, but you should identify which blockchain you can use, what are the roles and stakeholders that need to be identified, responsibility of each stakeholder need to be identified, functional requirements need to be identified. Next, smart contracts, whether the smart contracts are possible or not, that need to be identified. Then security and audit procedures. It is just like a security testing of the smart contracts. So that need to be identified. Next, code need to be developed, then integrating this smart contract code with the web application. So whenever you do this first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 7 tasks correctly, then coding and integration is not a big problem. So majority of people will do mistakes in this. So don't do any mistake in this first 7 points. So carefully for that, in order to do that, so anyhow in this lecture I have provided how to understand the business problem, what current way the solving the business problems, assuming the business problem in large. So who are the participants? These are the questions. Try to answer these questions and try to write answers, and try to integrate all those answers and make a report kind of thing. Then you can easily identify the participant identities, then understanding the assets transactions. Here what are the assets? The assets are e-bikes, and transactions will be happened with the customer and also with the government for the e-ride uh, company. So you try to answer all these questions so that you will find so many requirements. So these are the slides you are supposed to go through to answer the questions from the step 3 to 7. So these are the 4 questions, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These questions, 5 questions need to be answered by going through these slides. So anyhow, we have discussed this in lecture. You can also go through the lecture slides and can answer these things.